In this video, we'll discuss what to do now that you have your data. We brought our data in, we pasted as values in the previous video. So we're going to look at print page 1, and if you look at print page 1, you'll notice your company name is already up there. When you typed in on the page called tickers, when you typed in the company tickers and company name, all of that feeds over automatically. So everything is set up to work. Walmart is very clean. So we really don't have much to clean up, but let me just show you. Let's say we did have a problem. I'm going to come down here to capital expenditures. I'm going to go back to the paste values and go down to line 39, which is capital expenditures. And let's say for the year 2015, let's say instead of having capital expenditures, they had NA. The data just wasn't available. So when you go to print page 1, you'll notice there's now a value there because Excel doesn't know what to do with in a formula with something that says NA. So what can you do? Well, one thing I like to do in a case like this is you can just say, you know, I don't have 2015, but I have 2014. So I'll do plus, open parentheses, 2014, plus 2016, close parentheses, divide by 2. And so since I don't have that number, I'll just put the average of the 2 years. I'm now going to highlight that in yellow so I know I did that. So if you ever bring your data in again, you'll have to know that any changes you made that are highlighted in yellow, you'll have to make those changes again. But when we go back to the print page 1 page, that 2015 capital expenditures now has a number. It may not be the right number because we just estimated, but sometimes if you're missing values, that's perfectly fine to do. I'm going to undo that by doing Control Z a couple of times and just bring back in the original number. You can see the original number is not that far off from my estimate. So there's print page 1, and that looks very clean. We'll talk in class how you can fix some other things like interest expense or gross margin. There are some items that may come over as NAs that can be fixed. There's other things that cannot be fixed. That either means you'll just have to do without that number or you'll have to find another company. The next page is the print page 2. And let's see if my machine will let me go over there. It's a little bit of a problem, but print page 2 is all my graphs. So what you'll notice with the graphs, some of them have just look like they have no data at all, but that's because the company I just brought in, Walmart, is very different than the company I had before. So to fix this is very easy. You just click on the graph and you get this square around the y-axis. You then, with that square there, make sure you still have the square, right click and do format axis. And what I recommend that you do when the box comes up, it's a little hard to see, when the box comes up, just hit reset on any of these 4 things here, the maximum, the minimum, and then the units. And when you see that, you see that it brings up the numbers. Now if you want to, you can now change, like that minimum. I'm going to go back and put the minimum in at 20,000 because I don't like a lot of white space. You just type in 20,000, hit enter, and now we have a good chart. The next one looks okay. So we'll go down and look at some other charts. This one, it's hard to tell, so I can't really tell, so I'm going to format axis. And again, here you see I have 3 to hit reset on. Hit reset, and there, that looks better. I may make the maximum 20,000 instead of 30,000. Just so I can see the numbers more clearly. That looks good. Click off of that, and etc. Just all the way down with any charts. You'll notice we have some charts over here to the right, and you're going to notice, and we'll talk about this in class, on revenue per square foot, we have numbers for Walmart, but not for Costco. Costco did not have revenue per square foot, and so what we're going to have to do there for Costco, and I'll show you that in the next video. So we're going to have to use something besides revenue per square foot because they don't have that. But on those, just hold them to the side. We'll fix those afterwards. But first thing to do is just get all the graphs that can be fixed, get them fixed, and then you can save the file. Make sure when you save it with your tickers for your companies. So if it had Walgreens and CVS or Walmart and Costco, change it to your companies. I already changed the name of this one to my company.